19-year-old therapy dog hugged a terminally ill woman, then something very disturbing happened to the dog. Animals can be surprising, as was the case with a 19-year-old therapy dog who hugged a terminally ill woman. Sadly, his past was horrifying and no one could have imagined what the dog had been through. But what the dog did to the old lady left everyone in tears. The patient and her family knew that her final hours had arrived, and it was a difficult time for everyone in the room. No one knew how to help, except for one visitor who knew exactly what to do. Bentley, the dog, was a pro when it came to dealing with people who were facing their final moments. Bentley came closer and lay next to the woman to ensure that she received all the comfort she deserved. Having been a therapy dog for many years, Bentley was no stranger to this situation. As he lay next to the woman on the bed, she started to hug him. It was as if he could feel their pain and show empathy in a way that humans couldn't. The woman smiled through her pain, feeling understood as she looked down at Bentley. Throughout the process, the dog was a calming and comforting presence. It was a difficult day for her family, but Bentley made it a little more bearable. The dog had a special gift of helping people at the end of their life. Looking at his sweet face and cheerful demeanor, one would never guess that he had a tough start in life. He had come a long way since his puppy years. Perhaps the trauma he suffered as a puppy helped him become the best therapy dog he could be. His story began when a local shelter received a complaint about a puppy being horribly mistreated in their neighborhood. That neighbors asked the family if they could take the dog off their hands, but they were chased off the property. Still, they believed that the dog desperately needed help. The dog's family didn't care about him, only using him as an outlet to vent their frustrations and anger. So it was up to other people to get the dog some help. That's why they contacted the shelter. When the investigation team arrived, the sight was terrible. They found the puppy chained to a pole in the front yard on a blistering day. The puppy's chains were too short to reach any source of shade, leaving him completely exposed to the elements. Not only that, but he didn't even have access to water. The poor pup was panting from the heat, looked terribly weak, and was also really thin. They couldn't find any food either. A shelter received a complaint about a mistreated puppy. Others tried to help but were chased off. An investigation revealed that the puppy was chained outside on a hot day without water or shade. The pup was weak and thin and had no access to food. The rescue team contacted the police to confiscate the severely neglected and abused puppy. The police charged the family with wrongdoing, but the puppy remained traumatized. The shelter named the puppy Bentley and gave him the necessary care, but he was depressed and scared. A kind foster family named Candace and James took the puppy in, but it would take time for the sweet boy to learn to trust them. At first, he refused to go into their house. He had probably never been allowed indoors before. It was all new to him, and they had to show him that it was okay. They left the door open and put the dog's bed outside by the door. He never had a dog bed before, and at first, he didn't understand that it was for him. He would just sleep on the floor of the porch. But eventually, he realized he liked having something soft to sleep on. When he was more at ease, they placed the same bed inside the home near the entrance. Bentley ultimately crept inside and lay on his bed when they pretended not to be watching. They shifted the bed slightly every day until Bentley was curled up next to their couch. They would let him come to them as they sat on the floor. He loved balls, and Candace soon discovered that playing fetch with him was a fantastic way to bond while yet allowing him his space. Candace and James' love and attention transformed Bentley into a happy and playful pup. Although they worried about his behavior around strangers, he surprised them by being friendly and excited. Trusting them helped Bentley learn to trust others. He overcame his fear of people and enjoyed playing in the garden. However, he still had separation anxiety, so they took him everywhere to help him feel secure. Bentley, a previously abused dog, found his new favorite person at a family gathering, Candace's grandmother. He cuddled with her for hours and refused to leave. He became her therapy dog and helped her through her golden years. The grandmother believed that Bentley was her old dog reincarnated. Candace and James decided that Bentley should go home with the grandmother, as she loved him and needed him. It was an act of kindness that brought joy to both the dog and the elderly woman. When the grandmother passed away, Bentley was there by her side and provided comfort and support. Bentley's story is a testament to the transformative power of love and care. Despite his difficult past, he became a source of companionship and solace, bringing comfort to those in their darkest moments.